Honey, this beautiful gold for you. I used to think love was a sudden thing, a spark, a rush, the way your chest feels lighter when someone walks into the room and everything else steps back. I thought it lived in quick smiles, in stolen glances, in the electricity of being wanted and wanting back at the same time. I thought love was the butterflies, that nervous excitement that makes your hands forget what to do, that makes hours disappear and minutes feel too short. I thought love was the beginning. I didn't know then how little beginnings actually know. I didn't know that excitement is loud but fragile, that butterflies can fly away the moment the weather changes. I didn't know that feelings can rise fast and fall just as quickly if they are not given roots. Before you, I believed love meant never getting bored, never getting tired, never choosing because choice felt unnecessary when desire was doing all the work. I thought love meant everything would always feel easy, that the right person would remove effort from the equation. I was wrong. You didn't arrive like fireworks. You arrived like truth, quiet at first, steady, almost unremarkable. If I'm being honest, and that is what scares me, now how close I came to not understanding what was being offered. You didn't try to impress me. You didn't perform love. You didn't overwhelm me with promises or dramatic declarations. You stayed. And at first, I didn't understand why that mattered so much. I didn't understand that consistency is a language and you were speaking it fluently while I was still listening for noise. You showed me that love isn't proven by intensity alone, but by presence, by the simple, stubborn act of showing up, even when there is no applause. You taught me that love is not just how someone feels, but how they behave when feelings are tired, when moods shift, when life is heavy. You taught me that trust isn't built in grand gestures, but in small moments that never make stories. The kept word, the honest answer, the way you didn't disappear. When things became complicated, I didn't know then how rare that was. I used to think respect was automatic, that love alone guaranteed it. But you showed me respect is a choice, the way you listened without planning, your reply, the way you held my emotions like something fragile, not something to win against. You didn't love me as an idea. You loved me as a person with limits, with flaws, with days when I wasn't soft or easy. And that changed everything because suddenly love wasn't just about how I felt when I was happy. It became about how safe I felt when I wasn't. It became about knowing my silence would not be punished, knowing my honesty would not be used against me. It became about choosing not once, but again and again, especially on days when choosing required effort. I didn't know love could be deliberate. I didn't know you could wake up some mornings without butterflies and still love someone with your whole life. You taught me that commitment is not the enemy of romance. It is what allows romance to survive reality. That love doesn't fade because it grows quieter. It fades when it is neglected, when it is taken for granted, when it is assumed instead of chosen. You chose me in ways I didn't recognize at first, by staying present, by staying kind, by staying honest, even when honesty was uncomfortable. And slowly, my definition of love changed. It stopped being something that happened to me and became something I participated in. It stopped being a feeling I chased and became a promise I wanted to keep. I realized love isn't measured by how fast it begins, but by how well it endures, by how it behaves when life applies pressure, by how it responds to disappointment, distance, difference, and suddenly the butterflies didn't disappear. They just moved aside to make room for something stronger, something calmer, something that didn't need constant excitement to stay alive. I began to understand that love isn't about never hurting each other. It's about learning how not to hurt each other again. That it's about repair, about accountability, about saying, I was wrong, and meaning it. You taught me that love is not about possession, but partnership, not about intensity, but intention, not about perfection, but persistence. And somewhere in that learning, without fireworks, without drama, without a single moment I could point to and say, this is when everything changed. Everything did. Because now I know why what I feel for you will never fade. It's not built on excitement alone. It's built on trust, on respect, on the quiet courage to choose each other even on the hard days. They tell you about beginnings, the spark, the chase, the thrill of being seen. They tell you about endings, the heartbreak, the loss, the quiet devastation. But no one prepares you for the ordinary days that ask the most from you. The days when love is not dramatic, not poetic, not particularly beautiful,